Welcome to episode 27 of Northwynd, the Druid True First Life series. In this episode, I'm going to be doing Epic Elite, Reclaiming the Rift. Before I do that, and before I go over things, I wanted to include a quick tutorial about how to find your way around the Demonweb. So here I am in the Evening Star Cavern, at the center portal. And the Demonweb has different entrances, that's why I'm saying where I'm going in from. This is going to be the most common way to enter. So you're going to come down here, and what some people will do is they'll keep re-entering and resetting the instance until a web strand here appears that takes you right over to that next island. Every different instance is going to have some slight variations in the connecting strands that connect these different islands. Like I believe there could be one that connects that island to this island here, for example. And so a lot of people would sit there and go through that rigmarole of coming down here and looking for the web strand and recalling out and resetting the entrance and coming down here again and rinse repeat. You don't need to do that if you understand some real basic things about the Demonweb. So if the web strand isn't here, just jump off and you're going to get teleported to a random place. Okay? Now, there is only, I shouldn't say random, it's actually only random, and I think there's only 3, maybe 4 different places you can get teleported to. One of them is right here to the quest that we're going to do. It takes you right to the island where the quest is, and you just come around the corner, and here is Reclaiming the Rift. But if you want to go to the other ones, ooh, there's a rare over there. Just jump off. I landed this. Sometimes you're going to land at the same one over and over, and 10 times in a row, and you might have to keep jumping off for a while. But I think it's less of a hassle than trying to recall out and look for that web strand. So this is another place you can teleport to. This isn't where I want to be though. Especially if you come in and it's an active instance. You came in with a pug, and and they didn't have the strand up, and if you don't know your way around, then you're gonna have a real hard time finding the quest if you're relying on that web strand. This is actually the island that I wanted to teleport to. So if you're going to the first 2 quests, either Deal in the Demon or Trial by Fury, this is the island that you want to teleport to. So it has the little message there right under the ramp. And we're just going to go up this little ramp and sort of hook around. Have the map so you can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to turn south. And this is going to take us right to Trial by Fury. And you don't have to fight any mobs. You can just run by everything. So there's Trial by Fury right down there. And if you're not going to Trial by Fury, then you just keep going to the east, a couple islands over, and then there is a Deal in the Demon. So stop, don't recall out and, go through all that ridiculousness. Just, understand that when you jump off, you're going to teleport to one of, I think, 3 different locations. And, one of them is right there to Reclaiming the Rift. And then there's the one in the middle, which I just showed you, which I just went to just now, is going to get you very close to a Trial by Fury and Deal in the Demon. Alright, let's go over to Reclaiming the Rift. Alright, here I am at Reclaiming the Rift, and if you need a shrine, there's one right above the quest. It's hard to see it from here. There it is, right up there. So instead of coming down the ramp to here, you're just going to go up the other way, and it's just right above here. Alright, so let's talk about where things are. So I'm level 27. I'm 2/3 of the way to 28. I've made some progress since last time. I met up with someone who was really nice, who was leading some slave lords groups. Actually, I posted my first group. I was trying to farm for the Panstophic Circlet, and a whole bunch of people joined, and I started out soloing the first one on Legendary Normal, and then a couple people joined, so we did Legendary Hard, and then we filled the group, and we did a couple runs on Legendary Elite. And And then one of the guys I saw was leading a slaver's chain. I thought he was just doing part 1, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Jump in there and see if I can get a spinneret or a symbol of the slave lords. He was a really nice guy, so, I was only 27, but I figured, he's really cool and he's a good player, and so there should be no problem. And he was allowing, lower level folks in. And so I actually ran a couple whole chains with him, and so that was really cool. And I picked up, I didn't get the spinneret, but I did get the legendary symbol of the slave lords, which this will probably be a more helpful piece for me on this True First Lifer, but hopefully I get the spinneret soon. So this, I won't be able to wear this till next level, but Insightful Con 8 is a giant. I mean, this is the highest Insightful Con item in the game, and it's got lesser displacement, True Seeing, and a green slot, which I already put blindness immunity in there, and the blue slot, which I'm probably going to put, I don't know what, I'm going to put something in there. So I got these augments. I got Topaz of Power 250. I got Diamond of Insightful Wisdom +2, which I just traded a bunch of the new collectibles for that just a few minutes ago. Golem's Heart, which I picked up the other day for 300,000 plat, which was a really good price, and a Meridian Fragment, which I picked up for 30 shards actually a couple weeks ago. So these are going to get slotted up next level. My armor's going to get another slot. I'm going to get the symbol on. So good things are going to happen next level. I just wanted to show you that I had those augments lined up ready to go. Okay, a couple changes in the gear. This is a new set of goggles, Wisdom 10, Insightful Evocation 3. The ones I had last episode had Insightful Evocation Focus 2. This is just something I found on the auction house. The armor is the same as last video, so next level I'll upgrade it to the big 30-60 damage reduction, and it'll have an additional slot. These are exactly the same as last episode. I think the ring is the same, the boots are the same, the gloves are the same, this ring is the same. This is a new belt. This has parrying 5. The one I had last video was the same, except it had parrying 4 on it. So it was cheap on the auction house. I figured, one more bonus to AC and saves, I'll take it. I think it was 20,000 plat. Why not? Epic Cloak of Flames is the same as last video. So is the planar focus. So is the necklace with Con 11 and Insightful Physical Sheltering 11. Obviously the Con 10 here is redundant, so I'd like to work it out so that those were more, were not redundant, but I'm working with what I got here. Still got the Panstopic Circlet. Hopefully next level, very soon I can get the legendary version, but we'll see. And the Wall of the Wood's the same. This is getting a little dated. I'd love to have the one out of Fire and Thunder Peak for next level, but that's not going to happen on this First Lifer. Not for purposes of this video series. Not that you can't work towards it, and you ought to. It's a beautiful shield. And that's the Death-Ek Runestone. But this is probably going to, maybe there's a random generator. I should probably look at the random generated shields. There's probably something with a lot higher shield bonus, and maybe I can find some cool stats. But the DR10 is nice for now, but next level I'll have DR30 on the armor, so that, that, and I already have heal amp on the gloves, natural armor. Yeah, this is going to be completely redundant next level. I really need to find something better. And the Thunderforge Ally Scimitar is the same, and so this is going to stay the same for the rest of the series, except next level I'll have the Meridian Fragment in there, which is a really nice, not only is it going to give me some added spell power, but it's going to give me some reduced spell point cost. I'll talk a little bit more about that next video. Okay, that's enough for the gear. I'm going to bring the enhancements up just to show you that they are exactly the same as I had before, and the same as my build post. Okay, so because I was doing the Legendary Elite Slave Lords, which had 27 on this True First Lifer, I wasn't contributing a whole lot. Like, I was healing and I was buffing and doing a little bit DPS. I think that last part 3 we did, I think I had 2 kills, and I think I was looking at the kill count too, and I think we did the whole chain twice, so it's 6 different quests. I think the best that I did is maybe in the low 20s for kill count in one of them. So. But you know, it was a really solid group. They certainly didn't need my help. But I wanted to be in Sentinel because it's the most survivable. I didn't want to go in there in a junk Destiny. So I ended up leveling Sentinel a little bit farther than I meant to, and it put me past my limit that I wanted to set for myself. So I'm actually going to have to hold off taking 28 for about 300,000 XP because, like I've said, I want to cap out Legendary Dreadnought before I take 28 so I can get Elusive Target. That's no big deal. I'll just go 300,000 into 28 and then we'll be able to take it. All good. So I got another point of con since last video. I maxed out the renewal, and then I also picked up the first of 3 ranks of Commanding Presence. So this generates, well, at tier 3, 150% threat gen at all times with melee, ranged, and magical attacks. So that is huge. This is a big part of holding aggro. With 150% threat generation, when you got a boss dotted up with Creeping Cold and Greater Creeping Cold, and you hit them with your other spells too, I mean, you're going to be able to hold aggro from even Warlocks because you're generating so much extra threat from it. And I'm not saying nobody's ever going to be able to pull aggro away from you, but if they do, that's why the Intimidate's there. You know, Ginger Spice is rocking like an Intimidate, I think like right around 120 at this point, so I mean, that's almost good enough to intim anything in the game. So, threat gen's awesome, very good ability to hold aggro, and, you know, the Intimidate's there as a backup. Well, to establish initial aggro, if you need, but also to regain aggro. Those are very important parts of tanks. It's not just establishing aggro and maintaining aggro, but also important to be able to get aggro back if you, for whatever reason, if you lose it. You know, maybe you die, and you know, obviously you lose aggro when you die, or maybe somebody's doing more DPS than you, or somebody's a smartass in your group and they want to play grab aggro with you. Sometimes you get people that do that. They just think it's fun to see if they can grab aggro away from the tank. They shouldn't do it because it just fucks shit up and can really ruin shit, and it, you know, and make shit get out of hand. And you know, like say for example, Epic Elite Fire and Thunder Peak. You know, you don't want those dragons running around all Willie Nelson when they got 400% damage when they get the artifact overdraw buff. But you're going to see some jackasses do it. Being able to grab aggro back is a very valuable skill. Alright. Legendary Dreadnought is up to level 4, 2 ranks into it. So just like I said, I'm working up the con line. There's not really anything exciting in here. But this is actually, you know, if I have to, you know, when I'm working through my martial sphere to build up karma, this is actually the Destiny I run. And even though, you know, there's not really anything exciting here, there's just Grandmaster and Shadow Dancer have even less. So, you know, I just go for the con. The con works well for the tanky playstyle. That's a lot of extra hit points, so what the hell. Okay, I don't know how this is going to go, and I want to mention that, you know, I think I've said that in the last few videos, but I sincerely mean that. Like, I've never been in this position before of being on, like, a true First Life toon in epic levels where I don't have access to, you know, my wealth on my main server and ship buffs and, you know, and stuff. So, you know, I'm a little bit worried about the resources here. You know, the end fight, a lot of mobs, you know. What do I get, 1 shrine in here? If I don't play my cards right, I'm gonna find myself out of mana quick. I died once in the Slave Lord's chain, and the surprising thing is that I only died once. I'm trying to remember why. It was just trash mobs. Actually, it was in part 3, and we were in Sutterham, you know, the city toward the end, the town, and I went down the alleyway to get that collectible. Well, nobody else in the group was getting collectibles, and so I was down there by myself with all those rats, and they got me as I was trying to run away. My earthquake was definitely not, you know, doing a whole lot in there. I was maybe getting lucky dropping a few mobs, but you gotta have much higher DCs than I have for legendary elite content. But like I said, you know, they were smashing it. They certainly didn't need me in there. So I was happy, just like I said, to throw buffs and throw a few heals. And that's, you know, you can do that. If you're a new player, you know, tell people you're new, or, you know, if you don't have a lot of gear, or, you know, cool people, you know, cool vets will be happy to help you out. So I mentioned Earthquake DC. It's 50 now. Woot! It might drop next level, though, because I'm going to lose the planar focus. I'm going to lose a point of wisdom, because I'm only going to have the Diamond of Insightful Wisdom, too. Drenches are immune to electric. So I'm just trying to take it easy here. Again, I need to make this mana last. Damn things have spell resistance. Like all of it. He drops down and falls immediately from the earthquake. That's great. This, though, you know, when this first came out, this was a really tough quest. Certainly not the toughest in this level range anymore, but you definitely gotta have some stamina. You know, it's not the easiest thing in the world to solo, that's for sure. I am gonna pull out the wolf and have the wolf hit the barrier. Between every wave, you gotta hit the barrier, and it drains your con. Put him on passive. Tell him to park there. Hopefully he does what he's told. Drink a pot. Maybe drink one of these other pots too. Why not? Now I'm hoping that I can make the mana last until the dretch. Not the dretch, the Bevelith? Yeah. Throw a Sleet Storm too. That'll last a while. Might as well use up the bauble now. What you could do is you could put, you know, a Sleet Storm on each of these strands too to slow them down a little bit. You could put, you know, one over here too. Probably a little bit more mana than I want to spend, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You know, and then you stay back here. storm, storm of vengeance, ice storm. Nothing for me to do. Oh, I forgot to hit the thing. I'm sitting here yakking. I just wasted my mana. So after that first wave, I was supposed to hit the barrier. I can't believe I did that. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When I'm distracted when I'm doing these videos, and I often say and do stupid shit. That would be an example. I'm not a good multitasker. You know, if you had a hireling, if you had, you know, your owlbear, you had your black panther, you know, whatever, you could have them hit the barrier too if you wanted. We have this shrine. It can be a little bit tricky to use, but you can do it. Even when you're soloing. Rider. I'm gonna try to meet up with that person I was talking about, like tomorrow, and you know, I do have some slave lords in Greece. I told him, you know, if he helps me farm like a spinneret or something, I'll slide him my ingredients. So you can work something out like that. You know, if you're new, you find somebody, you find a nice veteran player who's willing to help you out a little bit, you can help them out right back. You know, I've said before in this series that, you know, veteran players are looking for collectibles, and right now they're also looking for slave lord stuff. So everything's going fine so far. I wasn't worried about these trash waves, really. Well, I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go because there are a lot of mobs here. I get that caster. I got to get that. He's a champion. Ooh, look at that. He got some hits on me. He's blind. Might as well use my clickies now. Oh, is the creeping gold gonna finish him off? He doesn't know what time it is. We'll use one charge of the Twisted Talisman, and we'll go ahead and use the Ring of Spell Storing. So I didn't work out the trade for the Ring of Shadows, but really at this point I'm beyond the point in which I'd want that anyways. It's a real nice item to have. You're doing multiple lives. You can wear it from 25 through 27, but once you get to 28, you want to get that legendary symbol of slave lords that I showed you. Just click on the barrier, click the gears. Okay, here is our Bebolith. Who is bugged? No, he's moving now. This is what I'm going to try to get away with using Shrine. You can be clever and use it between waves too. There's time if you do it. If you're going to do it between the regular trash waves, what you want to do is, you know, you have a few seconds after the wave is over, the barrier comes down, and you have a few seconds to click it before the shield comes back up. So what you want to do is like hit that rest right away, and then, you know, maybe wait 4 or 5 seconds, and then, you know, while you're resting, have your wolf hit the barrier, and then, you know, by the time the mobs get to you, you should have that rest in. would have liked to have gotten him down a little bit further. Maybe, should we go ahead and drink one of these guys? Why the hell not? And I'm going to lure him up here. I mean, what else are they for? You know? I don't need to end this series with drafts of sparkling apple cider. Oh, we'll go ahead and use another. Yeah, we'll just use up all of the Twisted Talisman. Uh-oh. This actually... Let's see if I have enough mana. Oh, I do, to Snow Slide. Come around here. Oh, why am I... Oh, crap. I don't know why it's taking damage. Oh, from the... And now I can't Snow Slide. I was going to Snow Slide back to the shrine. Let's see. How much mana does this cost me? 22, and I don't have it. Because I cut it too close. I had to throw my cocoon, and it brought me down too low. Let's see if I have enough time anyways. I'm gonna jump behind it, see if I can sneak it in there. This way if he's shooting stuff at me, it hopefully will hit the shrine and not me. This is gonna be so close. Oh my god. Got it. That's how you do it. See, that's... I mentioned in a video, I think in the Lords of Dust and in some older videos, if you're ever using a shrine in a tactical situation, you want to put the shrine between you and the mobs. Because that extra second for them it takes to get around that shrine can make the difference, like it just did there. I was just running away because I wanted to get my buffs going. Now, I'm going to finish off this bad boy. Take it easy with the mana. Okay, he's dead. Hit the thing. If I run out of mana, I'm blaming the video because, you know, I wasn't paying attention. Can I use that as an excuse? Hanging out in the back. Introduce him to Call Lightning. And a Creeping Cold. Maybe another Call Lightning. I got tier 2 PDK favor reward, and that's your spotted wolf pup. So if you're into pets, yeah, it's basically a free one. Oh, did he jump back there and attack my wolf? Nope. I saw one of those Dragaloth fly over me. Man, see how I'm getting knocked down? Yeah, once I get Unyielding Sentinel maxed out, there won't be any knockdowns anymore. Looks like we're gonna have about 800 mana and a bauble to deal with this boss. Has been stabilized. Let's get rid of the wolf, just so that there aren't any surprises. Back there, I gotta unload the round of SLAs on him. Guy can land some hits on you. He can be a little scary. He does that multi-attack, you know, you keep renewal going on you. That can really help. So let's see, he's down only by a quarter. I've got 292 mana. What are we gonna do? Don't panic. Got some Jurassic Sparkling Apple Cider. If that's what we have to do, then that's what we have to do. If you were smart, you'd use your spell power action boost like I'm forgetting to do. Renewal going. Twisted Talisman. Ring of Spell Storing. Spell Power Boost. Now we're really sunk. I'm gonna blame that first wave of trash mobs. Can I do that? Seems like I can. I'm gonna have to drink a real pot. Be a problem with all that extra mana. Alright, damn. I didn't want to have to drink a real pot, but you know, sometimes you gotta do it to get it done. Especially when you make dumb mistakes. You don't use your spell power boost. You let a wave of mobs go by without reclaiming the rift or whatever it is we're doing there. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click on the orb to finish it. And I'm actually not going to do that right now, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to recall out, change my destiny, and come back in and hit that, because I don't want any more experience in Unyielding Sentinel. I'm going to take a penalty for that, but I don't really care, you know? I mean, I want to make these last 2 levels last. I want to savor them. If you have any questions about my build, you can respond in the Druid forums. And if you're on Saralona, you are welcome to send me a tell. Embrace the Spider Queen. That's still a decent armor for level 22. If you wear heavy armor and you can wear metal armor.